I don't know if this is his first time ever speaking. I'm going to let him tell his testimony. But we just want to lift up Archie in this place. I'm just so excited. He has some co-workers here that are here to encourage him. Of course, the church family is here to encourage him. And right now, the kids are going to go back with Sister Nurse outside. They're going to go outside for their Bible lesson on their level. How about that? So then we can keep it grown folk talking here. How about that? Amen. Brother Archie.
Praise the Lord. We got a charge atmosphere today. Charge atmosphere. God is good. I need His word to be praised. As Sister Jackson, Brother Jackson, sang that song just now. Calvary. It's because of Calvary you are here. I'm here. It's because of Calvary you and I am here today. Don't get fooled. If it was not for Jesus, we would have been destroyed a long time ago.
Thank you, Lord.
I'm so happy to be here today. I know leading up to this day, everybody's like, I can't wait for the Sunday. I can't wait for the Sunday. I'm here. I'm here. I could not wait for this Sunday either. As Pastor say, don't know if it's this is my first time. This is my first time. You know, I grew up in a Pentecostal church. And it's one of them things, we just grew up in church. We go to church, we come to church, we do whatever, we sing, we pray, and then we leave out back. Sometimes the same way we came in.
Wow.
But I got good news for you today.
All right, come on with it. Yeah.
We are a small church here. And I want to say that, since I came here a couple of months ago, and I already know this is the place God wants me to be.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Yeah.
Sitting down in church for years sometimes. I'm just going through the motion. Warming up the pews and leave the same way.
Yeah.
Wow.
But from the time I came into this building, a few months ago, I already felt in my spirit that this is the place God wants me to be.
Yes. Hallelujah.
As Sister Covington, I heard her say one time, when she looked at Pastor Hall, sometimes she can't even look at him. The glory of God is all around this man sometimes. And I want to say today that when Pastor asked me, actually did ask me, he told me. He said, third Sunday, we are going to be speaking. I could have easily said no. I don't want to do that. But I accept the challenge. And I regret it. Did not regret it one bit. I heard Pastor saying just now, though you might go and give your body to the stake to be born as a martyr and have not charity, love, you are nothing. You are nothing. We are nothing. No love, we are nothing. If by any chance if by any chance today you don't understand me, you don't understand some things I might be saying because of my accent. I got my interpreter out there. She's out there. You can ask her exactly what he said. As we sang that song just now, Get Out. I get out. I'm a living testimony. I get out. You see, the devil tried to take me out so many times. So many times he tried to take me out. But I got out. I used to be the one who loved those streets out there. Loved the streets. Every day, every night. I just love the streets. The devil tried to take me out so many times, but I got out. One night, I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Me and Ned was there. You know, loving the street, doing the things with the street do. And we was at the wrong place at the wrong time. My friend was in this club DJing, you know, and he asked me to come and pick him up because he didn't ride it. So he was in the parking lot sitting out there. Me and Ned was in the car sitting out there. And everybody come in, everybody come up. When they call me Star, come out, come in. I said, no, I'm not coming, man, I'm not coming. I'm going to wait and pick you up and then we're going to leave. And while we were waiting in the car, masked men ran up in the club. Gunmen went up in the club. So I was witnessing this. And where I came from, what I used to do when I used to work in the gold mine, when I see masked men run up in the club, it was like an invitation for me to go and kill these guys. Mind you, I stood there, we sat there in the car and we was like, what next? We call the cops, whatever. But something just keep telling me, you gotta do something, because my boy is in there, you gotta do something. You gotta do something with this. Then I ordered a shot fired in the building. I said, man, you gotta be my friend. They shot because I know he always carry a gun in his waist. And maybe he tried to take it out and they shot him. Then, a thought come to me, you know what? I look at my glove compartment. I used to carry a gun, a 38 that time in the glove. Then, that particular night, it was not in there. I leave it home. If it was in there, I wouldn't be here today. I would be in jail for murder. Thank God it was not in there. God got his plan. And I know he got his plan. So, you know, the guys then, they ran out and they ran away. So I running going towards the door now to see if they got my friend. If I said, you know what, if they shot him, I'm going to take his gun and I'm going to run out and I'm going to get them. But that was the best part. The devil set it up for me, trying to take me out. As I was going into the door, the guys that just came out, just robbed everybody. They always wearing black. Black necktie, black whatever. And I was wearing black. And as I run into the building, the owner, he was running out with his gun. And as I opened the door was locked. As I opened the door, he pointed the gun like this away from me, in my face, squeezed the trigger twice. Wow. Pow. And I stood there. Thought I was maybe shot, you know, and I ain't fallen to the ground yet. But I stood there. Not a grace, not a touch of the bullet. It had to be God. It had to be God. The guy was trembling after he realized I was not one of the guys who was like, I never miss what happened? You want to know what happened? You keep it like, what happened? He said, my gun was right in your face and I squeezed the trigger twice. What happened? An angel was there. Yeah. The angel showed up for me that day. God got his plan. He had his plan. And he got his plan for my life. When the devil tried to take you out, God is going to show up. He's going to show up. I know it had to be God. So I get out. I got out. And I can stand here today as a living testimony. Several times the devil tried to take me out. Sometimes, remember my sister said, you like a cat, you got 9 lives. And every time the enemy tried to take me out, for some reason I got out. It had to be God. God got his plan for us.
Yes.
And if we decide to do what God wants us to do, no choice but to get out. You try to take me out, but I get out. And every time I could remember back then when the devil tried to take me out, it was very close. Close. I didn't know why. But now I know. God had his perfect plan for my life. I used to be a diver in the Amazon River. And one day we decided to go to work and put on my suit and everything, and I jump overboard and I go. And while I was there on the bed of at the bed of the river, that my air cut out. The compressor and the pontoon up there cut out. And I thought that was my last day. Normally they make a safety that you fly your belt, you fly your belt and you can shoot up, right? But the place that we was working that day, the water was passing that so fast. So we have to go with extra weight. And my extra weight was tight to my O's and everything. So when I fly my belt, the extra weight was tight. It was tight. So it got me there. And I decided to do whatever I can, But I couldn't let it come up because of my extra weight. And a little thought come to my mind, don't panic. If you panic, you're gonna die. Don't panic. So I just drink the water that I had to drink, take my time, and I lose the extra weight, and then I come up. Everybody was surprised to see, I made it up. God had a plan. He had a plan for me. So when I get up there, the guys was like, everybody was checking up to see if everything is okay. So by the time the engine started working again. So I just put on back my suit and I jumped straight over back. I want to say today, God had his plan for my life. First, I want to thank Pastor Hal, Just Time for Greatness, for giving me this opportunity to bring the word of God to you today. Amen. Pastor Hal, great man of God, he sees things in the spirit. And I was there sitting Sunday after Sunday, and for some reason, God told him to let me speak. I can remember sitting on the preachers and pastors, and You come in, you go out, you come in, go out, nobody asks, go say nothing. But Pastor Hal Jackson, is a man after God's own heart. He listened to the Spirit. By the way, we've been overrun by Jacksons today. Pastor Jackson, Minister Jackson, Deacon Jackson, Jackson's everywhere today. That's good. So I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to speak, to minister God's word. Amen. To you today. And I hope before the end of this service, somebody may see through the eyes of God and where God wants to take us. I know for sure that God wants to take us to another level. And as long as we prepare ourselves to go to that level, and as long as we're willing to go to that level, He's going to take us to that level. We're in the series of praying right now, studying, prayer and praying and praises and so on. And let me tell you one more thing about Pastor Hal. I don't know if you remember this, but me and Ned was playing house in the apartment. When we met each other. We was over there playing house in the apartment, and we were going through a series of fighting. A series of fighting. You know what a series is? Of fighting. We fight all the time. For no reason sometimes, we just fight. Fight all the time. One day I was just sitting on the couch watching TV, and Pastor Hal came over. He just come in, he just come in through the door. We had a red couch lying right by the door. He just came in there and he knelt there. I was like, what is going on? He just came in the house. I don't know if you can remember this, but he knelt right there and he bowed his head and he was praying. Didn't say nothing. But I know he was praying. Then he get up and he leave. Wow. The Bible says the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. It availeth much. If it was not for the prayer of some people, some prayer warrior, I would not be here standing today.
Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah.
When he put the gun to my head and fired, I called my mom the other day, the following day, and I told her, my mom, Christian, lived in Guyana. She said, that is the hour I was praying for you. She said, that was the hour I prayed for you every night. The effectual fervent prayer of righteous people availeth much. I'm here today standing before you because of prayer and praise to God. If you want to make it in this life and in this time, the Bible says men ought always to pray and not to faint. Prayer is one of the keys to a successful Christian life. We got to pray and praise God like never done before. Pray and praise God like never done before. It's always a good thing to give thanks unto the Lord. And when we began to recognize that God is God and He always will be God,
Yes, Lord.
we are going to go to that new level in Him.
Yes.
Bear with me a little bit, I'm getting there. I'm not going to be too long with you today. We can turn our Bibles to the book of Matthew. Part there for me a little bit. I'm getting there.
All right.
Turn our Bibles to the book of Matthew chapter 6. And we are going to read from, not right now, just a little bit.
Okay.
We are going to read from the 26th verse to the 33rd verse. God is using a servant to do a new thing. I mean, we are a small church here. We're not scared, we're not fear. The Bible said, God, 1 plus God is a majority.
Hey, I like that. That's good. That's good.
We are more than 1 and 2. 1 plus God is a majority.
All right. Amen. I like that.
I like that.
And in this building, under the ministry of Pastor Hall, God is about to do something new.
Yeah.
He's about to take us to different dimension. He's about to raise up a army of people from this same building. And he's going to do it with the few faithful folks that are around him. You know, when Pastor Al asked me to bring the word up, he's like, man, so many Bible scholars around here. Bible scholars everywhere. Bible scholars show up. Show up this morning. And for days and days of struggle with what I'm going to say, what I'm going to talk, what can I tell God people? You know?
Yeah.
And God just whispered to me and said, just tell my people what they ought to hear. Just tell my people. Okay. Matthews. Are you there?
Yes.
Somebody can stop and read that for me, please.
What verse?
26 to 33. Matthew 6.
Matthew 6, 23.
26. Matthew 6, 26 to 33.
Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature?
Stop right there. Thank you, sis. Thank you. We're going to read the rest just now. The devil, in these days that we are living in, is using a very subtle thought and thing to control God's people.
All right.
And one of the things that the devil is using to control us is worrying. Worrying. People worry, people stress, people worry, people stress. People worry and people stress. I'm talking about God people. Worry and stress, day after day, day in, day out. People are worrying about financial stresses, emotional stresses, relationship stresses. That is what the devil using to control God's people. One of the things he's using to control God's people.
Yes.
Verse 27. Verse 27. Which one of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit to your status? Which one of you, by worrying, by stressing,
That's good.
and by complaining,
All right.
can hide 1 cubit to your status.
Yeah.
None.
Exactly.
None of us,
Yes.
by worrying,
Yes.
could add nothing to our status.
Yes.
We worry about everything that is going on.
All right. Teach us, Lord.
And then the devil stood one side and laughed at us. Because instead of doing what God wants us to do, we're being derailed and sidetracked by worrying.
All right.
Worrying.
Yes.
If I had to name this message, give it a name today, as Sister Corbett normally say. If I had to give this message a name today, I will use terminologies like digging deep.
All right. I like that.
Digging deep.
Come on now.
And I'm going to give you some definition. It might not be from Webster. But the definition digging deep is doing what you have never done before in pursuit of your dreams.
All right.
Say it again.
Speak.
Digging deep is doing what you have never done before in pursuing of your dreams.
Yes, Lord.
Digging deep is going the distance you have never gone before to achieve your goals.
Yeah.
That's good.
I had the privilege to work in the gold mining industry. And before I get there, I used to think that, people talk about going to the gold mine or going to the gold mine. I think it's just going in there and kick around, pick up some gold, and pick up a little bit of gold and run out back. I was wrong. A long process. Sometimes it takes weeks and months before you even get a chance to see a little piece of gold. They develop the heart deep down before you can actually get to the place where the gold is hiding.
Yes.
Come on now. That's good. Come on now.
And when you get to that process, it's process after process before you get able to get paid.
You say
You know? So digging deep is what I would call this message today. If there was never a time God is speaking, seriously speaking to his people, is now.
Yeah.
If there was never a time before God is seriously speaking to his people, is now. You may ask me why. Or what are you saying? Jesus is coming soon.
Oh, yes, he is.
Yes.
He is coming soon. And he is coming for a prepared people.
Yes.
Yes, he is. Amen.
He is coming for those who are living to the expectation and standards that God requires.
Yeah. You saying something.
And the reason God is seriously speaking to his people today is because there are so many There are so many that don't know Jesus as their personal and indwelling Savior.
Yeah.
And God is speaking to his people, and he's telling us the laborers are few. They are few. The harvest is ripe and plenty.
All right.
And if the harvest is ripe and plenty, God wants his people to get ready to go and do some harvesting. Many times we are being bogged down by oppression, depression, and all sorts of suppression. But if you today are being bogged down and being oppressed and depressed, you're being bogged down in oppression and depression. My friends, today I got good news for you. You are being certain and being oppressed by the things of this world and by the one who is there to oppress God's people.
All right.
In the knitted and extreme puzzling convulsions of this world that try to keep God's people at bay,
Yes.
I got good news for you today. The Bible says in Chronicles, I think it's 7:14,
Yes.
if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves. If you can get to that place where you can become humble and seek God's face, God like action. God is an action God. You're not just going to sit around and things going to happen.
All right. You better tell somebody.
Action got to come into play.
Speak louder than words.
Digging deep. If you want what you have never gotten before, you got to do what you have never done before. If you want the gold, you got to dig deep. In Chronicles, the Bible says, if my people which are called by my name. God is talking about his people, which are called by his name. If they can only humble themselves, seek his face and pray, then the Bible said, then he's gonna hear from heaven, forgive your sin and heal your land. Only then. If God people, we're talking about God people now. Come on, people. I'm happy today. I'm happy today. I'm so happy today.
Yes.
Going the distance you have never gone before to achieve your goal. And the only how we can do this is by digging deep.
Yes.
Digging deep.
Yes, Lord.
As we said, the harvest is truly ripe and the laborers are few. But sometimes, you know, we just can't get to that place where we can, you know, go the extra step.
All right.
Or where we can do what God wants us to do.
Yeah.
He's saying something. Yeah.
You see, God got rules. He got rules set up for everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we just can't go the other step because we worry so much. You know, we're being bogged down and suppressed by the oppression of this world. We just can't go the other step.
Jesus help us, Lord.
We just can't move from point A to point B because we worry too much. We want to know what we're going to do tomorrow, where the food is going to come from to go on the table tomorrow. God got it. Sometimes we will have to do what we have never done before to get to the next level.
Hallelujah.
We got to do what we never done before to get to another level. God make it plain in His Word. If you do this, I'm going to do this.
Yes.
You know what? Sometimes I remember I used to be struggling, can't pay my bills.
Yes.
And, you know, everything coming to the church, and, you know, it seems like it's worse, and going through this motion. And then I decide to do what the Word of God said.
Yes.
You know, when you get to that place to realize that God, He is God.
Yeah.
And God is not a man that can lie.
That's right.
And if God said He's going to do this, come what may, He's going to do this.
Yes.
If God said, I am going to supply all your needs to my riches and glory, He's going to do it. He got rules.
Yes.
God got rules in place.
Yes.
Tithing. Tithing.
Oh my God.
A lot of people don't like to hear about tithing.
Preach the word.
A lot of people don't like to hear about tithing. But it's the word.
Yes, it is.
And I can tell you about tithing because I live tithing.
Amen.
A lot of times when I get my check, I remember by the time, you know, the neck to spin around, it's gone. Then you got to throw a left back and put it in the envelope. I decided to change around my mentality.
Yeah. That's good.
I decided to change it around. Doing what I have never done before. To get to another level. I said, you know what? I'm going to throw my tithes. 10%. I'm going to throw my tithes. If I can't pay my bills, bills going to be leaving back because I'm going to throw my tithes. And I started tithe and tithe and tithe and tithe. And I get to that place whereby I just love tithing. I don't care if I work for X amount of dollars and all these bills come out, and you know, and the government finish taking all this money, I'll just I'll not be back in style. I tithe it. God give it the increase. And then God started bless me. When I started tithe, God turned things around. He turned it around. When I started to tithe, God turned things around. I remember at my job, you guys know what I'm talking about. We got a raffle, a raffle we always got, if nobody got hurt within 3 months, they got a safety raffle. I know they can put names in the bag, pick 4 names out of the bag and put it up there and you win $100, And every single time the safety raffle comes on, my name is there. Every time. One guy was like, Archie, what's going on? You know somebody in there? I said, no. I give 10% from the 100. I died from the 100.
All right.
And every time the raffle come up, my name used to be there. I died from that 100. And if you tithe from what God gives you, He's going to give you more. There's no doubt about it. Worrying and worrying and worrying, just do what God said you ought to do, and everything He's going to take care of.
That's good.
Thank you, Lord.
You could continue reading, please.
I flipped over to the Message Bible. I think I stopped at 27 right here. Yeah, okay. Has anyone, by fussing in front of a mirror, ever gotten taller by so much as an inch? All this time and money wasted on fashion, do you think it makes that much difference?
My God.
Instead of looking at the fashions, walk out into the fields and look at the wildflowers. They never print or shop. But have you ever seen color and design quite like it? The 10 best dressed men and women in the country look shabby alongside them. Keep going. If God gives such attention to the appearance of wildflowers, most of which are never even seen, do you think He'll attend to you? Take pride in you. Do His best for you.
Yes.
What I'm trying to do here is to get you to relax, to not be so preoccupied with getting, so you can respond to God's giving. People who don't know God and the way He works fuss over these things, but you know both God and how He works. Steep your life in God reality, God initiative, God provisions. Don't worry about missing out. You'll find all your everyday human concerns will be met.
Yes.
One more.
33.
That was 33.
That was 33. Okay. God is saying to us, I'm going to talk from the King James, right? Same but different. You want God to bless you, and you try everything.
All right.
If you try everything and everything fails,
You saying something?
Try God.
try Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Try the Word of God.
Yes.
The Bible says, seek ye first.
Yes, yes.
Seek ye first. It's not just a saying, no, it's going after it. Honestly. Putting our best effort into it. Seek God first.
Yes.
And the Bible says when you seek God first, all these things. He said He knows the things that you need even before you ask. And if you start seeking earnestly, get on your knees and pray and cry before God, He is going to supply your needs according to His riches and glory. Somebody say praise the Lord. When glory show up, when glory show up, you are going to be blessed. nagging
All right.
and complaining
Yes.
and want to know where the next meal is coming from, all we got to do is stand on his premises, and we are going to see the salvation of the Lord. We are going to see his supplying power. We are going to see the awesome word of God. Tithe is one of them.
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
You just can't glide through this thing.
You can't lie.
You just glide through this thing. You got to do what the word of God says.
Yes, you got
And sometimes it's going to take a little bit more than talking.
all right.
It's going to take some digging. It's going to take some honestly digging deeper than you've been before. It's going to take some extra going the distance. The distance you have never gone before. In pursuing of your dreams.
Hallelujah.
It's going to take a little bit more
Yes, Lord.
to go over the hump.
Yes, Lord.
A little bit more. You know, we come to church,
That's good.
we sit down, we pray, we get out. Thank you, Lord. We go to bed. Lord, thank you. We see you during the night. We get up in the morning. Lord, protect me during this day. It's going to take a little bit more than that. It's going to take some time. God like consistency. God like consistent people. When you can find a little spot in your closet, in your prayer closet, and you make it a duty to go there at some time during the day and tell God how much he cares, and tell God how much he means to you, and spend some time with him. God like consistency. When you began to spend time with him, when you began to dig and dig a little deeper, I want to let you know there is no other thing that can happen but God showing up. When God is showing and you look down upon heart and you see that little hand sticking up to the scars of this heart, and you recognize that hand. That is the hand that been there every day and day after day, night after night. He's going to pull you out. God is going to pull you out. It's going to take a little bit more. It's going to take a little digging deeper than you ever done before. If you want things that you have never had before, you will have to do things that you have never done before. Prepare. You will have to do things you never done before. I'm speaking about digging deeper.
Thank you, Lord.
It's going the extra mile. It's doing the extra that you're supposed to be doing. Spending time on your knees. It's not how many times you attend service. It's not how many times you come to church. It's not how many times you sing. But the time that you spend with God. The extra digging. If you know what I'm talking about. Going the extra mile. Going the extra journey. Going and keep going. It's going to take a lot of going deep and deeper to get to the place where you have never gone before. God wants to use us. He wants to use us. We are temple. We are temple of the living God. And God wants to use us to carry this message.
Yes.
He wants to use our voice to preach salvation to the lost.
Yes.
He wants to use our voice as one crying in the wilderness, preaching, preparing the way of the Lord. He wants to use our feet to go into the highways and the byways to let somebody know that He is God. You see, if we don't go, they can't know. Until we can go, they are going to know. God wants to use us. He wants to use our whole body. He wants to use every part of this temple. And the only way He can get to that place whereby He can use us, we got to make ourselves available. We got to start doing the things that we ought to do. Digging a little deeper. Going a little depth with God. Standing up the time of need. God wants to bless us. But it's going to take a little bit more than talking. You got to go to the place and dig a little deeper. Digging a little deeper. God wants to use us. Let me tell you something. I have made up in my mind that I want to live for God.
All right.
I could have been in the streets. Maybe still in the streets, maybe dead.
Jesus, thank you, Lord.
But after escaping from all these tragedies and near misses, I know it ought to be God. I don't make up in my mind that I'm going to trust Him come what may. I'm going to live forever. And I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to stress. We are only human. Sometimes stress comes. Worrying comes. But when worry and stress come, we ought to know what to do.
All right.
The Bible tells which one of us, by stressing, by worrying, by taking thought, can have one cubic tower status. None of us. None. None of us. But it's going to take a little bit more to get there. It's going to take a little bit more. It's going to take a little bit more than dropping some change in the basket. It's going to take a little bit more. It's going to take some sacrifice. Real sacrifice. I'm talking about digging deeper. Digging deeper. Going to the place that God wants you to go. The place where He can communicate with you. With my people which are called by my name. My people. Not the people in the world. He said, my people. If they can humble themselves, seek. Look, go after it. I am going to hear from heaven, forgive your sins and heal your land. But you got to prepare to dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. We are living in a time when the church is lacking. And it's time for the church to shape up.
You saying something.
It's time for the church to shape up. It's time for the church to go devil hunting. The devil been hunting us all this time. It's time for us to dig deeper. It's time for us to go after the devil, letting him know that God is God and He always will be God. It's time for the church to shake up and go. Praise the Lord, somebody. It's going to take a little little bit more. It's going to take a little bit more than talking.
That's God. He gave me encouragement.
It's going to take a little bit more.
Bless you.
We got to dig deeper. We got to dig deeper and deeper.
He
And
preached.
only when we decide to go the distance and go to the places and the place God wants us to be, then is when He's going to unfold His blessing to us. We gotta just walk around here, stroll up in here, and think that blessing is going to fall.
We don't know
It happen
what
like that.
we don't know what God is.
Yeah.
You gotta go, you gotta dig a little deeper. You gotta do the things that you have never done before to get to that level.
Yes.
You got to. There's no way around it. No way around it. We all know about Michael Jordan. World great basketball player. Go home crying to his mother from high school. Go home crying to his mother. They cut me from the high school team. She had a couple of words for him. She said, prove them wrong. She said, prove them wrong. Woo. That's good. He took those words and he ran after it. In other words, she was trying to tell him, you got to dig a little deeper. You got to do what you have never done before if you want to make a team. You got to do it. And after then, she started hearing the ball bump and bump and bounce. Day and night after day. Way hours in the night. She looked out the window, he alone is back there and he's just doing and bouncing that ball late hours in the night. We all know the end of the story. Became one of the world's best basketball players. He had to do things he had never done before to get to that level. You want to be a successful Christian? Do you want to be successful in your Christian walk? Whereby you can come to that place not to worry, not to stress. You're going to take some late nights. It's going to take some late nights out there. Way hours in the night. It's going to take some of that. On your knees. Praying to God in sackcloth and ashes. Crying unto Him. Day after day. Night after night. Digging deeper. It's going to take more than just walking around with a basketball. Michael Jordan realized it's going to take more than just being a basketball carrier. But he got to go and spend some time. And if we want to be just more than a Bible carrier, we got to spend some time. I'm talking about time before God. I'm talking about late nights, early in the morning, crying before Him, trying to be His friend and trying to be closer to Him. But it's going to take a little bit more than just talking. Digging deep. It's going to take digging deep. We get another reference quick. Michael Phelps, we all know the world best swimmer. These was guys, as little kids, they never realized they would be the world best. But when he realized he had a talent for swimming, you know, his mother put him into swimming. He had the thing they call, he was like close to a special need kid. ADHD.
Say it.
And he's going to have to get something to release the energy, you know. Put him in swimming. You know he will become the world best. But in high school, growing up, you know, before high school, middle school, you realize this gift, this thing, I'm good at this. Good is not enough. Good is not enough. He said, I'm good at this. And then he decided to take it to another level.
Now he's great at it.
He decided, if I want to be the best, I have to do things I have never done before.
Yeah.
He stopped kicking it with his boys.
Yeah.
He gave up his weekends with his boys and spent hours in the pool. 9-10 hours. Only fish do that. 9-10 hours in the pool a day. Who want to do that? If you want to become the best, you got to do that. You got to put in the time that God wants you to put in. If we don't put in the time, we cannot be the best. We are not going to be successful until we learn to put the time in, digging deeper.
Yes, Lord.
We all know the end of the story. One of the greatest swimmer ever, Michael Phelps, didn't just become great. He had to put the time in. He had to spend time in what he do. If we want to become great, if we want to become that real hands and feet that going to carry God's message out there to the lost world, we got to put in some time. Night and day going to require some time. Hours and hours. Hours we got to put in. Then we are going to see the benefits. But you got to put the time in. The writers of these epistles, use the storm analogy like running, fighting, and pressing. If you are going to run or fight or press, you got to get off the excess. I'm speaking about the weight and sin that is so easily beset us. The weight and the sin that is so easily beset us. We got to get off the excess. Running. The writers use running. It's an action word. God likes action.
He does.
God don't like stagnation. If you're going to sit day after day, warming up pews, and just being there and go out back and do the things that you accustomed doing. God don't like stagnation. He like action. They use terminologies like running. I use terminology digging. Action word. Running. If you are going to run, you got some extra work to do. You want to be the world best? You want to be the world best runner? Not talking. You can't just talk it. You got to do what you have never done before. You will have to do what you have never done before to become the world best runner. The writers choose words, chooses phrases and sentences in the Bible to represent what God wants us to be. Running, fighting, and pressing. Pressing. If you are going to run or fight or press, you got to get off the excess. We're talking about the preparation period. The excess, the weight and the sin, that is so easily beset us. Those little weighty things Those little things that hang on to us, that we don't want to let go of. Those little white lies that we don't want to let go. All those little things we're talking about. The weight that's keeping us down. The sin that is keeping us down. The only way we can get there, we got to dig a little deeper. Digging deep is what's going to take us over the hump.
Yeah.
Running, you got to get up early. You got to get up early. When everybody else sleep and run. Miles and miles and miles. Run miles, you want to get to the Olympics, you got to run. You got to be out there in the field. Hot or cold, you got to be out there. That's the only way you can make it. Fighting. You want to be a fighter? I was one. I had martial arts training for years and years and years. I remember being there. And tournaments get beat up sometimes. Go home. I had no coach. I was my own coach. My coach couldn't have coached me. At that time, I think I know everything. And I go home and spend hours and hours. I punched concrete walls. I broke my hands. I just work extra hard, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, repeating that a martial artist should be able to fight for a night and a day. Just because I want to be better at what I do. If we want to be if we want to do what we have never done before, you got to do what you have never done before. Before we leave here today, if nothing else, stay with you. If you remember nothing else what I said, remember this. If you want to go places with God, if you want to go that extra step with Him, it's going to take digging deeper. These apostles wasn't no joke. These apostles in the Bible, there was no joke. The writers of these epistles didn't write because they want to write. They was inspired by God. So everything in this book, it being inspired by God. Everything. And we can only be successful in our Christian walk if we do, and keep stressing on this, and keep repeating myself with this, because I want us to remember this. We got to do the things we have never done before. There was a woman in the Bible. She had an issue of blood. The Bible said 12 long years. And I guess she was rich. But after 12 years, spending all her money on doctors and different hospital networks around the country in those days, all her money she spent out. The blood keep coming. The blood keep coming. The Bible says she heard about Jesus. She heard about Him. But the little that she know, when she showed up, the crowd drowned Him. There was everywhere. People was everywhere, climbing up walls and jumping over banners to get a glimpse and a touch of Jesus. I guess she was weak after all these years. She was like, not today. I am going to do what I have never done before. To get to that next level. I heard about Jesus. He healed people. something they be saying, you know, man, you can't get in there. It's too packed. Those folks are too big. They are too big and strong. You can't make it in there. But a little voice, that little voice, and she began to press away. The Bible says she pressed to the drum. She said, if I may just touch the hem of this garment, I know I'm going to be made whole. She began to press. And she pressed. And she wiggled herself in there. She did not give up. She go ahead. And every time she see a opening, she go through that little crack. And she get up there. And she make it to his garment. My friends, today, if you want to get to that place God wants us to be, you got to press your way in. You got to press your way in. Every mountain might be standing there. You got to tell yourself, I'm going to bulldoze the mountain. I am going in there. If it costs me my life, I am going in there. I don't care what the situation look like. I don't care what the devil throw at me. I am going in there. I don't care what the mountains look like in your life. You gotta tell yourself, I am going in there. But it's going to take a little bit more than talking, digging deep.
Yes, Lord. Hallelujah. Yes, Lord. Glory to God.
You gotta dig deep. I heard Ella Jackson say many times. She was in church for a number of years. She was going through the motion. Just going to church, go to church, go to church. And she only got to this level she at because she decided to do what she had never done before, to dig a little deeper. She began to pray and fast and seek his face. She began to go after him, chasing after him. She decided to pray and spend hours and late nights going after him. She's a mighty woman of God. She is a mighty woman of God, and I am proud to get her in my life. They beat Paul and Silas. They beat them. Not only they beat them, they threw them in prison. Not only they threw them in prison, but they're in a prison. Not only were they in the prison, but they had shackles on their feet. Mind you, if those guys escape, prisoner warden in big trouble. If those guys escape, prisoner warden in huge trouble. The Bible says at midnight hour, you want to go places with God? It's going to take some late night. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take a lot of perseverance. It's going to take a lot of time. Time consuming. It's going to take you through the journey. The Bible says, and at the midnight hour, they began to press. They sing songs and spiritual songs unto God. They was not in there sitting. They was pressing. They was praying. Praying to God. And singing praises unto him. They was crying out to God. They was doing things they have never done before to get to that level. And they began to pray and sing and praise and sing to God. The Bible said when glory show up.
Hey!
If you are going to pray and sing and praise God, glory is going to show up. Mind you, when glory show up, all hell breaks loose. They press their way in. They press, they dig, they dug, and they continue in the midnight hours, go in the depths that they need to go to see something happen. They decide to go and go and go. They push each other. They said, you know what, I am going to sing. I'm not going to stop. And they began to pray. The Bible says, earthquake struck. An earthquake struck the building. And all the shackles and chains and the inner prisons broke loose.
Yes, yes.
The warrior going to kill himself. Partially! Don't kill yourself. You're not at fault.
Yeah.
You didn't let us out. He shouted to him, do thyself no harm. God is the one who let us out here.
Yeah.
You see, we were in that prison. We were digging. We were pressing. We were singing songs and spiritual songs.
Yes, yes.
We was giving God praises. And when we started to give God praise, when we started to dig and dig a little deeper and praise Him, I want to let you know the shackles, the worries, and all that is in this world trying to hinder you, they are going to fall off. They are going to fall off. They have no choice. When God show up, they are going to fall off. When Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. Do thyself no harm, for we are all here. He already knew. If these guys get out, I am going to prison. But I am in charge. Paul said, hey, we are all here. The count is here. Nobody leave. We know the story. Took them home, cleaned the wounds, and he got saved, being baptized at the same time.
Glory to God.
I'm saying this to say that. If you are sitting here today by the hearing of my voice, and that struggle, the worry, and all the little endurance, the weight, the sin that is so easily beset us. If you were sitting here today, before you leave, I want us to make it right.
Yes.
We all got to make it right.
Yes.
We all got to get to that place.
Yes, Lord.
Nobody exempt.
Yes, Lord.
We all got to get to that place
Yes, Lord.
where we want to go in deeper depths and higher heights. And that only how we can get there is to do what those martyrs did. They pressed their way in. They prayed in midnight's hour. They called upon God when nobody else was around. They called on His name, and He showed up. When we are in situations that seems bleak and no way out, Paul and Silas had no way out.
Yeah.
And they called on Him. They spent time in there with Him. And at midnight hour, God showed up. In no tell, when you began to dig deeper and sing those songs and those spiritual songs that God want to hear in His ears, that go up to Him, a sweet savor. We know what's going to happen. He's going to show up. We are not going to leave here worrying. I'm stressing over the cares of this life. I'm being afraid of the devil and what he got for us in store. We are going to do what God said that we must do. And what he got in store for us, the devil can take. But it's going to take a little bit more. It's going to take digging a little deeper. Before we leave here today, before you left this place today,